Marble had another terrific game, 28 points. It just seems to be really getting better as the weeks go on.
I mean, he was phenomenal tonight. I mean, he handled the ball. I mean, 5 assists, 1 turn, made his free throws, got to the free throw line. I think he set the tone in a lot of ways, Scott. I think, when I look at the stats, I look for things that jump out at me. And the thing that jumps out at me is 20 assists and 126 baskets, and that's, I think, typifies our team, and he's the guy.
Coach, it seemed like your team sort of lived by the three-point shot tonight. Is that something you saw in film, or is that something that sort of just happened to the flow of the game?
Well, it happened in the flow of the game, and the ones we hit in transition. But the way Stony Brook defends, they're going to protect the basket. They're going to protect the drive. I mean, that's how they play. They do a phenomenal job of that. And they're going to make you make jump shots. We had drive and kick opportunities. We got some guys loose on the baseline a couple times, especially early. But to beat Stony Brook, you're going to have to make some jumpers. I mean, if you look at the teams that have beaten them, and not very many people have. I mean, Steve's a tremendous coach, and he's done a phenomenal job with this program. I mean, I said after the game, that's a Big Ten team. They won 25 games. They won 13 road games. They have multiple weapons. They've got a post game. They've got three-point shooters. They've got drivers. And they've got gamers.
Zach McCabe came up big when you really needed him in a 13-3 stretch. Had a three that really pushed you up to a 10-point lead.
Yeah, he had a jumper right. I think the two was before. I think it was before, and then he hit the three and gave us. I think that was the first double-digit lead we had, if I'm not mistaken, on that shot. And that's what he does. He gives you solid play at both ends, and then he's a threat. We needed to be able to have some three-point shooters in the game with the way they guard.
That was also a perfect play at the end of the half with Oglesby on that three.
Josh he's really good at getting open. We executed it well. We went at the right time, loaded him up. He was hands and feet ready, and he drilled it. I think that, from a momentum standpoint, Brooksy, I think you're right. I think that was a big play for us to go in at halftime with a lead.
Fran, you played two teams that kind of took runs at you in the second half, and you've been able to close these two games. Is that a sign of maturity with this team?
No question. I mean, we're taking care of the ball, we're making plays late, and we're going to have to keep doing it if we want to win a championship. We may have to do it on the road as well.
Can you talk about Gabe and just keeping the ball alive on the glass?
Well, Gabe, Warney's a handful, so, rotating Woody and Gabe on him. We felt like we needed one of our two bigger guys on him. Gabe was moving his feet, really making him work. He got a couple buckets, but we really made him work. But then he got a big-time offensive rebound once, and then the other time the rebound and putback, and the M1. I'm just so thrilled for him. I mean, when you see a kid work as hard as he's worked to become the player that he's become, that's what it's all about. There's just not a better kid out there. And to see him smile and enjoying the success that his hard work has created, it's just a tremendous feeling as a coach.
Adam had a couple of really nice passes out of the post to get on assist on the first couple possessions.
He did, and he had a huge block late. He had a big steal early when they were trying to get it inside the warning. I thought Woody was tremendous tonight.
Is that what you thought you'd get out of Mike? He played 19 minutes.
That's exactly what we'd hoped to get. We got a shot maker, a penetrator, an assist guy. He's got 3 assists, no turns. Solid defense. We thought he could give us, 19, 20 minutes. We kept spotting him. At the end, I probably left him in and just said, okay, I'm going with you now. I got 4 timeouts left. If we need to start calling him, we'll do that when we get home.
Coach, Coley had 11 points in the first half. He was 4 for 6, and then he was scoreless in the second half. How did you adjust?
I wish I could tell you there was something magical that we did. We paid attention to him early. I mean, that 1-3 he hit, we were right in his face. I mean, that's just the kind of player he is. And in the second half, we played him hard again. We played him tough, and he was just off a little bit.
He talked about the way that you guys closed tonight, but I think you guys only had maybe 3 fast break points in the second half, and so you guys were really leaning a lot more on your half-court sets, and I guess just kind of talk about the effectiveness that you guys were able to have in the half-court.
Well, you know, I think it speaks to how far we've come, because you're right, we typically rely more on our fast break opportunities. You know, they were aware of that, they got back. You know, they shot a decent number in the second half, they shot 42%, so they made some shots, but even on the misses. And for us, it was a matter of keeping the floor spaced, moving the ball side to side, making cuts and screens that made sense, and making them continue to guard us. Because that's how they're going to break down, that's what's going to wear them down. And, you know, they run too, so we wanted to limit their running opportunities.
And then you guys were out-rebounded in the first half, and I guess what adjustments did you guys make to come out and kind of own the glass in the second half?
Well, we felt like we needed to get more on the offensive glass. We only had 3 offensive rebounds in the first half. We got 7 in the second half. You know, when you're not making shots, we had that one stretch in the first half where we weren't making shots and they were cleaning everything up. And we just challenged the guys to get a few more on the offensive glass.
To go back to Mike, there's 41-41 early in the second. He comes in, hits a 3, and then hits Wasabi for a dunk. What was that like just to see Mike come in and you never
You know,
look back
I
from
think
there?
what it says about him is just how what kind of an amazing person he is. Not a lot of guys can do that. He's sitting on the bench, he's analyzing what's going on, what we need. Comes right off the bench firing and making plays and being aggressive. And that's just, I think, what makes him special.